Yes, and he's a wonderful teacher.
Isn't
I mean,
he?
even being married to him, he gives me so much every day with my painting. He helps me so much as I see him helping everybody else.
Right.
Oh, thank you.
He gives 200% of himself.
Thank you.
You know, all the time, and he works at his own craft, which enables him to
Be a better teacher.
To be a better teacher. He's constantly working at it, constantly
I noticed
drawing.
that too. Like most of the teachers, like the teachers that I've gotten to know over the few months that I've been modeling, the ones that are always in there and really working at it, you know what I mean? Like it shows when they teach because they're in the moment, you know what I mean, as opposed to being separated from it, you know, talking about something they're not feeling connected to.
Yeah.
What is some like your vision for the future as far as like where do you see your artwork taking you? Would you like to someday have a gallery? As you know, Dan, one of my goals for Beauty by Blane is to have my own gallery so that I can promote the artists that I believe in. Like you're saying, you know, like you said about the galleries having their own kind of rules or missions or vision. I've been able to work with a couple of galleries in Chelsea, but again, within the confines of whatever their vision is. So do you guys like have any aspirations to having a small gallery one day, or like what do you see yourselves like 10 years from now?
Well, I'm kind of a recluse in certain ways. I love to paint, and I don't like to show.
So then I'm really lucky then.
So, like the only place I really show right now is in student shows at the League, and that's about it. But I know I eventually want to
Definitely
want to get out there.
And what's your
Well,
your
that's why I think what tears every artist apart is wanting to show, but also wanting to work. Putting a show together, you know, takes so much time. Even just trying to get a gallery takes so much time. I see people, so many of my friends, who go through hell just to get an interview with a gallery owner, and then they're dismissed. You know, it's difficult. So, for me, doing the work is the most important, by far the most important thing. And so I'm trying to get my stuff out to the public as much as possible through the website and through the writing for Drawing Magazine. But I think all artists have to be very careful not to focus so much on showing and publicizing their work that they stop working. Because then they end up scrambling at the last minute to put a show together, and it's usually not what they, quite often it's not what they mean to say with their work.
I think I also think it's important to for your work to be accessible as far as like one of the galleries that I work with, 532 Gallery in Chelsea, Thomas's whole mission is to really promote New York artists and to make their work affordable. So he keeps the prices down so that the artists can make a living creating their art instead of having a set or a collection of paintings and waiting tables or driving a taxi all the time and not further producing. So that's something that I really connected with, and that's why I decided to work with him. And that would be something that I would also a shared mission that I would have with my own gallery is to really make it accessible to people to have the work in their home or their office. I think that's so important. But another thing that I've always wanted to ask is, what do you do in your leisure? Like, what do you do for fun? Because every time I see you guys, you're painting.
Yeah, we look at art tapes. How about that?
What do you do for just to kind of get away from painting, or do you do like a hobby or something that you do to inspire you to get back to painting? You know what I mean? Like
we go to art museums, go to galleries.
Okay.
Yeah, and
we watch anatomy tapes.
Yeah,
you guys are really in it.
Yeah, right. We're focused on art.
And we watch Netflix.
Yes.
Okay.
I force him to watch
Great.
Netflix movies.
Yeah. And you have 2 lovely dogs, two poodles.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was telling you I wanted 2 dogs and I want to name them Coco and Puff, and then you told me that you have a dog named Coco.
Yeah, Coco and Pepper.
And
Yes.
so that was cool.
Yeah.
And I get to spend time with them when I was working with you on this piece. They're delightful.
Yeah, they
Really,
were.
really
Okay.
wonderful.
Yeah, they loved you when.
Yeah, we're connected, right?
Yeah.
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 So if you need a babysitter, let me know.
Okay. Gladly.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to be able to show your work here on Elements
Thank you.
Affairs, and I just wanted to also for our audience, if you had any advice to our viewers that are kind of like they have a dream but they don't really feel confident enough to really go for what they really want to do in life, what would you say as 2 people who have gone for what you really want to do?
Well, I think you don't wait. So many people wait until they retire to do what they love. And, I mean, you could do that. And you could wait until you retire. Then you might have a little bit of an income to allow yourself to study what you love. But it's better just to go for it, right then and there. And for me, teaching is a great way to connect with people. And I had some wonderful teachers like Mary Beth McKenzie and Harvey Dinnerstein, and I could see from them how art was such an important part of their life from the time they were little kids.
Absolutely.
And I think that's important. If that's your desire from the time you're young, just go for it.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Marvin, what would you say?
I guess just listen to your gut. And also, I think it's important to not try to make a living at it. Well, for me, from my art, like make a living a different way so that you're not forced to compromise your work or in any way have to deal with any outside pressures.
I'm glad you brought that up too, because that's something else that Dan and I was talking about when we were doing this painting, when we were working on this project, about the fact that you don't feel like I have to sell my work. You're doing the work because you believe in the work. And I would love if you could elaborate for our audience on what we were talking about, the subject matter in your pieces, the political slant and how you're addressing issues through your work to make people think and keep people aware of what's going on in society, like the Coney Island.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of my paintings have to do with politics, and I mean, first of all, they're paintings, but like for instance, I did a painting of 2 people running away from a fire. I did this in the 90s, and it was my comment on how big business and what's the word?
Corporations.
Corporations are buying up everything and consolidating and basically perverting capitalism. And, so it's no longer capitalism, but it's monopolism. So basically, they're destroying the system. And it's kind of hard to talk about these subjects in the abstract without the painting there. And also, the idea behind these paintings is that I try not to. I don't want them to be too obvious. When I was younger, I did political cartoons for a newspaper in California in the 70s. There, you had to be very specific, and you used metaphors to bring across the political idea. In these paintings, I want it to be a little more ambiguous, so that somebody can look at a painting and they can come away with whatever they want, really.
Right.
So a lot of people who look at that Coney Island painting right now look at it and think it's a statement about 9/11 because they're running away from a fire. But it was done way before that.
Right. And you see the roller coaster too if you look at it really closely.
Yeah, thanks.
I got to look at it many times, so I'm like connoisseur on that one.
Yeah, I think you were staring at it while you were posing.
Yeah. And then it's funny because when you look at it, the more you look at it, the more you get out of it, you know, which is also interesting about art, is that, you know, it has so many layers that you see something new every time. I think I've been given a signal that we are running out of time already.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It was so great to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And,
Thank you.
It's never enough time, but I'm glad that we had this 28 minutes to just really talk about your passion and share it with the world. So thank you for being on Elements of Fierce, and thank you all for viewing. We always have exciting guests on our show, and I look forward to being with you on our next Elements of Fierce, where we get to celebrate entrepreneurs carving new paths as they fulfill their mission to make our world a better place. Thank you.
Pictures. Blane, do you want the pictures? Pictures?
Oh, okay, sorry. So we have a few more minutes. Okay, so we're looking at some of your images, which is beautiful.
This is Robin's.
Robin's work, yeah. And Robin, did you want to make any comments on what were the beautiful things we're seeing?
This.
It's going by pretty fast.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful piece.
These are models at the League, and just one great thing about the League and the National Academy is the beautiful natural light.
Yeah.
These are Dan's paintings now here.
The light is really beautiful at the League and that. Yeah, definitely. And Dan, we get to see your...
Yeah, this is I did a triptych. My father posed for those three paintings.
Oh, that's great.
It's called the Sales Pitch. This is the West Side Highway before it was taken down.
Right.
That's another, going pretty fast. That's in the New Britain Museum. That's the
awesome.
Coney Island painting right there. There it is.
Yeah, that's great.
That's called Homeless Port Authority.
So you have some of your work up in museums?
And that's World Trade Center, reference to World Trade Center. There's Robin's work again.
Beautiful, yeah. Yeah, so some of your work is up in Great.
Yeah, we both have pieces at the New Britain Museum. And that landscape of the West Side Highway is at the Museum of the City of New York.
Wow, that's great. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So and then this is, that's Robin?
That's mine again, yeah.
Great.
That's your exercise machine.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, that's right. I didn't recognize it till now.
That's your bedroom?
my mom's house.
Oh, your mom's house.
Wow.
And again, back to
Beautiful.
models.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, it makes a major difference to when you're working with a live model, as it shows in your work, than when you're working with a photo or, you know, that one dimension. Yeah. So I'm glad that we were able to share some more of those images with our audience to get a really wide range of view of your skills and talent. So once again,
Thank you.
thank you. Yes,
Thank you so
yes,
much.
Yes, and I look forward to working with you more in the future.
Me too.
And especially Robin. You got me now. I'm just waiting for Robin.
Yeah, I gotta get you.
So keep up the good work and keep inspiring us and keep us thinking. Keep us enrolled in what's going on around us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to my audience, and I hope you enjoyed the show. Once again,